That's what we call a creek donkey right there.
There we go.
Yeah.
He came back.
He did. Oh yeah. don't let him bite your toes. Oh, dude, another nice one. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm with my wife Layla. We just left Royal Farms, got some new Old Bay sunflower seeds to try, and we're gonna go crabbing this afternoon. So heading over to meet up with my brother Quinn, and we got a couple hours this evening. It's really hot out, it's like 90 degrees, so we wanted to wait for the weather to cool off a little bit. It's about 5:30 right now, so we're gonna go bait up some drop traps and hit our local creek and see if we can get some crabs. Probably won't cook them tonight just because we're getting such a late start, but we will cook them tomorrow. Layla wants crabs tonight, but that's okay. Hopefully we can get some tonight and cook them up tomorrow. So gonna meet up with Quinn shortly here, and I think he's already baiting some pots up with some gizzard shad. I've got white perch. If you guys have watched my videos before, my crabbing videos, you know that we love to use white perch. So that is the bait that I want to put on some pots. So we'll get over here, check in with Quinn, and then hopefully be on the water crabbing soon. Quinn's got a head start on baiting up the traps. I can smell the gizzard shad from here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is stinky.
It don't get off.
But
the clothes.
it's some good crab bait. How many pots you got baited up?
Like half a
Just
dozen.
these ones?
Yeah.
All right, well, I got white perch. I think we should probably do some perch and some,
Yeah.
like the heads are already cut and easy.
Okay. Cool.
Well, we got about 30 traps to use.
Yep.
Got a bunch of these collapsible stack traps. These are super convenient if you're running in a small boat and don't want to do a trot line. And they're great for kayaking as well. So, Layla's gonna be on camera duty while we bait up some pots. Yeah, it smells bad.
I'm used to it.
We better. So Quinn's baiting up some pots with the gizzard shad. I've got a bunch of white perch right here. I kept some from earlier in the season, and also got some perch heads. So I've had these thawing out for most of the day. I always try and keep my perch heads because they're super convenient to use as bait. So we ain't got no water right now. That's the heavy stuff. Good. Okay, well, after a few mishaps with the trailer and not putting the plug in the boat and having to bail water, we are out crabbing. So got about 20, maybe 24 drop traps. We're gonna head out to the mouth of this creek. We have a very low tide right now. As you guys can see, the marsh banks are exposed right now, and it's still barely trickling out. So we should have the tide switching to come in any minute now. And I'm thinking if we go out to the mouth of this creek where it meets the bay, once that tide switches and the water starts pumping in here, I think it should bring the crabs with it. So I want to start out there, see if we can get some crabs coming into the creek. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get out and see what we can get. So as Quinn's dropping these pots, we're spacing them about 10 to 15 yards apart. That's how we usually like to space them when we're doing these drop traps. It can kind of depend on, you know, what body of water you're crabbing, but in this small creek like this, we usually space them about 10 or 15 yards apart. So we're gonna drop these, and the tide's not really moving a whole lot right now, so we really need to wait for it to switch and start coming in, and then we will start further up in the creek and run the pots, because you want to pull the line from the direction that the tide is pushing it. That way you're pulling it up into your pot and you're not pulling against it. So that's good there. So we're gonna get these set, probably let them sit for about 10 minutes. With the tide not moving a whole lot right now, any crabs that are sitting in here will probably get pretty quick, but after the first run, we probably won't do a whole lot until that tide really gets pumping. All right, we're getting ready to do our first run. I'm not feeling super hopeful because the tide is super low and it's not really moving right now, but I'm gonna guess we get 6 keepers on the first run, just because whatever's in the creek, probably pick that off. Can you tell which way that they're going? Like, is this gonna be okay?
It looks like this is where we should go. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Quinn's gonna be pulling them this run.
They're slack. Actually, it's going the other way.
They're going the other way? Still pull it, just.
Nothing, but it was eating on.
Okay. Well, when the boat went over it, it probably scared it. All right, so yeah, it's trickling in right now. So we should probably go running from the other side. All right, that's good. We got a little bit of a moving tide. So we're gonna go start at the other end of our set and run them this way. I thought it was still trickling out, but the tide finally switched. Since the pots that we set in the back of the creek haven't been sitting for very long, we're gonna run this half of the set, then go run the other half of the set. All right, Q, I need you to pull me some big crabs, some big creek crabs. Well, 0 for 1.
Oh.
That's a shorty. Actually,
Oh.
He's small.
all right, throw him back.
Yeah, he ain't got no tips on him.
No tip, boy.
Tip.
Oh yeah.
Chungus.
don't let him bite your toes. Oh,
Oh.
2? 2?
That's definitely a keeper.
Look at the fish.
That's 2. Breaking his claws. He don't want to let go of that perch. That one's a keeper for sure. It's gotta be. They only gotta be 5.
Yep.
Was he like 4 3/4?
Yeah.
All right, well, 2 nice crabs. Okay, I'm feeling good about my guess of 6. I'm telling you, the perch is the ticket. Oh, that's a mud donkey.
God.
That's a mud donkey.
Hey.
Okay, we're getting some crabs. We're getting some crabs. Shorty. Yeah, that one's small. Oh my gosh, dude, that's a jumbo.
And then a little baby.
Here, Quinn,
I can
we've
pull those.
yeah, we've got the
Grab
tongs.
the baby one.
Oh. Oh shit.
Don't let her go under there.
Oh god.
Yeah, let her go.
Creek donkey.
Oh my god.
Dude, that's a big one. It's a good sized crab. Hey, I mean, hey, I'm happy so far. This is good. If we can repeat these results from run to run, we'll be doing pretty good. Hopefully, it seems like the tide's really starting to get going now. And we've got a little bit of a south wind, so hopefully the tide with the wind should really pump that water back. All right, so what do we get, 5 out of that stretch? All right, that's pretty good. Let's go run the other half.
How many pots?
All right, this will be our first full run. We're running the other half of our set, and then we'll continue with the first half that we ran. So we got 5 keepers. Hopefully we can keep that good luck going. Tide is really low back here, but it is pumping in now. Hasn't been touched. Little guy. Dang, bro.
Oh my gosh.
They're just getting smaller. Dang, only small crabs back here. Female. One more to go. Something was munching on it. Yeah.
It's a keeper.
We'll measure it. We'll measure it. It looks like a keeper. That looks like a 5er. Oh, dude, that's a big one. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Put it in. I gotta hold it.
There we go. That tide's really pumping now.
That's a big one.
Oh my god.
That's doubles.
There's a
Dude,
Double trouble. Double trouble.
There we go. That's what we like to see.
Yeah.
That's a bicep workout when you pull that one up.
Hey.
Yeah, another one. Dude, I think they're just coming in with the tide.
Oh, man.
Dude, another nice one. Shorty. Yeah, you don't want your crabs sitting upside down. You want them sitting like nice and flat.
Now sometimes you can't help it.
Yeah, they'll just flip over, but they sit nice like that. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a keeper.
We'll measure him. We'll measure him.
Okay, we're gonna do it the hard way.
Is he?
Yeah, keeper.
Cool.
Over 5.25.
There we go. Oh, yeah.
That's a donkey. You want me to rebait that, Bill?
Yeah. There's like scraps left on it.
There we go.
Yeah.
He came back.
He did. We can probably get one more out of that
He's
cue.
a rusty one.
Sweet. All right, after 1.5 runs, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 or 14, I think. Coming back for another run. Quinn's gonna drive the boat this time. I am gonna pull the pots. There we go.
Invited me. I've never been on a cruise before.
I think it'll be
Look
awesome.
at that crab.
Cruises are cool because you get to go to the...
Oh, that's one keeper and one little.
It's a girl, female, right?
That's the keeper, right? I'm just taking it nice and easy. I wish I could. Fighting over that shad. Sometimes.
Well, this is an interesting bycatch. Got a jumbo horseshoe crab in the pot. Quinn thought he had the biggest crab of the day. Dude, look here, let me grab that thing.
Oh my god.
He's just munching on it. Now he's probably trying to get away, but
Now we know what was stealing our bait.
that's crazy. I don't know if I've ever caught one in the... That's
That is an
crazy.
interesting bycatch.
Yeah.
So a couple things I want to go over real quick while we're out crabbing is just some of the gear we like to have with us. So number one, gotta have a bait knife just for cutting up extra bait. Today we're using white perch. White perch are one of my favorite fish to eat, but they're also one of the best crab baits that you can get. So I always save my perch heads, or if I get a small one like this, I'll keep it for crab bait. We can usually cut it up into chunks of 3, and we'll just bait our crab pots with that. So we usually cut them up into chunks like that. And then Quinn picked up some gizzard shad, and the gizzard shad's been doing pretty good too. It's catching just as many as the white perch this evening, so some big chunks of gizzard shad. You're also gonna wanna have something to measure your crabs with. This is a super handy Crab Master. Most of the bait and tackle shops carry these, so it'll allow you to measure, and they've got 5 inches, 5 1/4, and then 5 1/2. And then also for females or softies right there, you can measure those as well. So something to measure them with. Also gonna wanna have a bushel basket to put your crabs in, and then Layla is sitting on the cooler just to keep our extra bait and drinks. And then these tongs right here. These are super handy for flipping crabs over in the basket, or for just moving them around if they're around on the floor of the boat. So definitely makes it easier to grab these if you don't want to get pinched. So having a pair of tongs is good. These ones are called the Crabber Grabbers. Pretty cool name. We're gonna go ahead and get back to crabbing, get some more crabs in the boat. But it's off to a pretty good start given the conditions this evening. Hopefully we can fill that bushel basket at least halfway before it gets dark. All right, well, it is getting late. We've done pretty good given the conditions, and we've only been crabbing for, I don't know, 2 hours maybe. So pretty happy with the results. We're gonna go ahead and pull them on this run because it is getting dark and we do need to get back to the dock. So hoping we can plug a few more crabs here. That tide is pumping in. If we would have had the tide cycle about an hour or two earlier today, I think it really could have been good, but we were waiting for that tide to switch to come out and crab. So pretty happy with it. We're not gonna cook them tonight. We are gonna cook them tomorrow, so I will continue with the catch, clean, and cook part of this video tomorrow. But let's get a few more crabs before the afternoon is over.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a keeper.
That's a keeper.
Bro was munching on jellyfish.
Yeah, they're going ham. Get in here.
Dude, that
Let's go.
giant. Oh, that's enough. That's a good crab too, but that is a bumbo.
Yeah.
He's on my feet. He's on my feet. That is creek donkey.
Get off of me.
That's what we call a creek donkey right there. So we just got off the water and it's dark now, so we're not going to be cooking the crabs tonight. We're going to cook them tomorrow, but we got a few crab pots that we're going to toss out off of our dock. It's not even baited. Well, it might have been baited.
Yeah, baited, but it's all rotten bait.
But we're going to put in fresh bait. I know the bugs are bad. We're going to put in fresh bait, and all the crabs we caught today are going to be going in this live trap right here. So just a holding pot, so it'll hold them overnight. We'll put them down in the water and they should be good to go. So we'll get this situated, all the crabs in there. That's a big one right there.
That's a nice crab.
We should count these. Good rust on them. That's when you know they've been sitting for a while. It should be sweet. So 2.
It stinks so bad.
I know. It doesn't smell good. Put a couple perch in there.
God.
Yeah, it's stinky. We'll go 3 perch in there.
That'll do.
That should be good. So we'll bait both of these, let them sit overnight, and half the day tomorrow.
One keeper.
Yeah. I don't know how old that bait is, but all right. So we got 3 bonus crabs. We got 2 perch and some gizzard shad. I'm telling you, crabs love perch. It's really good crab bait. All right, that's good to go. All right, let's count our crabs. Look at all them beauties. So we got 3. Dude, that's the big one. It's from the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's a jumbo. 4, 42, 43.
We caught 40.
So we caught 40. All right. Well, hopefully we'll have a few more from the pots that we baited up, but that's enough for some crabs tomorrow. We'll probably cook up some corn and some other good stuff with it, but we're gonna go ahead and get these guys in the water. They should be good overnight. Well, it is day 2 of this crabbing adventure, and we get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. So I'm getting my steaming pot set up right now. Quinn and my dad went out to try and catch a few more crabs for a few hours this afternoon, so I'm waiting on them to get back. But once they do, we're gonna start cooking them up, enjoy some Chesapeake Bay, Maryland style steamed blue crabs. All right, so they just got back with the crabs. We got close to a bushel. They did pretty good, got about another 30 this afternoon. Again, the tide was not great for them, but got close to a bushel, got plenty of people over to eat them. So we're gonna go ahead and get the first round in. Probably do it about, I don't know, probably 30 crabs, 35 crabs, do about half and half. And 22 minutes is how long you wanna cook your crabs for. So we got the pot steamed up. It's steaming pretty good right now, so it's ready to go. And we're gonna do about half the crabs in there, a little bit of Old Bay on top of it. Now I like J.O. for actually eating my crabs, but I'll season them with Old Bay. But if I'm gonna be dipping my crab meat, I like J.O. And then we got corn and potatoes. So we'll go ahead and put that in about halfway done. So about 11 minutes left to put the corn and the potatoes in. But we got some good crabs here, so we're gonna start laying them in and getting that first round cooking. And in our pot, it's just water. We got a little bit of apple cider vinegar and a little bit of Old Bay. Kind of do them in layers. So we'll go ahead and start getting these in. But we got some good sized crabs. I guess they all want to come out at once. You ain't a crabber if you ain't got some yard crabs. And when you're putting your crabs in here, you want to make sure that they're right side up. They'll cook good that way. Just sprinkle some Old Bay on them as we put them in. That's a big one. Look at that guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's probably good for the first batch. Go ahead and put this top on. We'll go ahead and set a timer. 22 minutes. We'll set, yeah, 22 minutes. That's how long our crabs will cook. And then at about the halfway point, I'll put that corn and the potatoes in, and they'll be cooked perfectly once those crabs are ready. All right, it has been about 11 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and get our corn in. And you don't have to shuck them, you just put them in like this. Crabs are looking good. And then we got some potatoes we're gonna throw in here as well. Man, these crabs smell good. Layla already claimed about half of them. She said she can go toe to toe with any of y'all for picking crabs and eating them. She's good. She's usually good for at least 2 dozen. Vegetables are in. 11 more minutes to go. See you guys when they're done. All right, first batch coming out, and they're hot. First batch is done. We're gonna get the rest of these crabs in here. And the corn is done, but I think these potatoes need a little bit longer, so we'll put them in. Yep. Well, that is going to be a wrap on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I always love getting out in the summertime to do some crabbing, especially when you get to sit down and eat crabs with your friends and family. That is probably my favorite part. Just being able to sit around the table for a few hours, pick some crabs, and hang out with family. So, hope you all are getting out and doing some fishing or crabbing this summer as well. It has been really hot lately, but there's still been some crabs to catch and some fish to catch out there. Thank you again for joining me on another episode of The Water's Edge. I hope you guys will continue to join me as I put out videos from my adventures on the Chesapeake Bay. Your support really means a lot to me, so if you enjoy my videos, please leave a comment down and let me know what you think. Give me some video ideas that I can make for you guys. So thanks again for watching, and I'll make sure to see you on the next episode of The Water's Edge. You all have a great day.